What up, everybody? You're now tuned into Candid Conversations. I'm your host, Brandon Lampley, back today with another live stream. I told y'all I would be back because this is therapeutic, people. Hey, I got to get this off my chest from time to time. If I don't do this on a weekly basis, I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to go postal. And I don't work at the post office, dog. I'm going to choke somebody out. I got it. I got to come on here and get it out. I'm sorry. It is
Oh my
what it is. So
God.
you got to bear with me.
My
But
boy's
man, y'all
on
see
one.
what we got today? Hey,
Mm.
I had a Red Bull, dog. I'm on it.
Oh, I see you on one. I see it. I see
I'm
it.
on it. But y'all see what we got
Right.
today? We back with my brother, Mr. Sean Taylor, but we got a
What's up?
special guest today,
Special,
Miss
special.
Gisela. How are you
Hi
doing
Mm.
guys.
today?
I'm good. How are
Hello.
you?
New York, New
Uh,
York.
What's going on? What's going
yes. Yes.
Woo, boy, golly.
Yeah.
I would
Hey,
say
Sean.
I would say it's Brooklyn in the house, but she ain't from Brooklyn, actually.
on? That's right. That's right. It's okay though. It's okay. It's okay. Baltimore.
Them Ravens, all about that purple and black, baby.
Why are you so extra?
Yes.
Extra, extra. I am.
Yeah. So, man, y'all see the title today. We're going to talk about this soulmate myth. And so, just start out for those who don't know what a soulmate is. And, most people do, but we're going to give you just a generic definition of it. So, a soulmate is a person with whom one has a feeling of deep or natural affinity. This may involve similarity, love, romance, platonic relationships, comfort, intimacy, sexuality, sexual activity, spirituality, compatibility, and trust. That's a lot of different factors right there. But I am here to tell you that if we do have soulmates, we have multiple soulmates. You don't have just one singular person that you're meant to be with. I mean, when you have that mindset, which is like, especially for men, when men have a scarcity mindset, it's a dangerous thing because he thinks that, okay, I got this woman. I may not be able to get another one, so I need to hold on to this one, regardless of her behavior, regardless of if she's a good fit, regardless if she would be a great partner, great mother. Those some of those guys, they're like, hey, they have a scarcity mindset. So especially young men and young women too, want to get them out of that mindset. So you won't be stuck in a situation trying to get that old thing back. It's time to, hey, let it go. You got to let it go sometime. Now, that doesn't mean, of course, at the first sign of trouble, you run off. But you got it at a certain point. It's not working. Move on. There's other people that you can be with. It's not just this one person. So I think that's dangerous thinking. We gonna let Miss Gisela go. So what you think
Um,
about that?
I mean, I totally agree. But with that being said, you do have some people that, are in a relationship and they do believe that maybe this is all that I can capture at the moment. It's just depending. You
Mm-hmm.
have some relationships that, you have where they started dating in high school and then through the years it's escalated where, they've been together for multiple years.
Yeah.
Um, but me personally, I do believe that there is something for everyone. But with that being said, like you did make a valid point. If you're in a relationship with somebody and it's just you guys are just not seeing eye to eye, things are
Mm-hmm.
not working out. Um, of course, you can try to rekindle that. But if
Yeah.
you start to see that it's getting to the point that it's just not working, and it's true, it's time to let go. And you do have to have that faith that there is somebody out there that can make you happy. And again, you do have to set expectations. If you say, hey, this is all I want, then that's all you're going to get. If you set your
Yeah.
expectations high and saying, hey, I'm going to go ahead and branch out and see what's out there, you just don't grab everything you see. You
Yeah.
kind of have to pace yourself. But I
Yeah.
do believe that I do believe in soulmate, but I also believe it has to be the right fit. It just can't be anybody.
Yeah.
Um,
So I
it
got
just
me.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Got this comment. What up, Jakari? Mr. Johnson, the juice. You say nobody is ever yours. It's just your turn. Hey, Jakar, you've been watching Red Pill stuff, man. That's Red Pill right there. I know what you've been watching, Jakar. I know what you've been watching because I watch it too. But they always say that because they tell, especially young men, got to get it in their mind. Young ladies have an abundance, women have an abundance mindset anyway. We know they have an abundance mindset anyway. They got the food dude, they got the talk dude, the mechanic, the train. They got everybody. They got all these dudes. Guys need to have an abundance mindset as well. So they tell them, she's not yours. It's just your turn. Because at a certain point, like Lil Wayne says, I'm just a rapper and soon she'll have met another. That's just what it is.
Okay.
I'm just saying, hey, she's gonna meet somebody else. She's gonna dig somebody else at some point. Well, what's up, Mr. Taylor?
Well, I'm going to piggyback off of what Miss Gisela said. So, about expectations. So, and I had another conversation with somebody today. Expectations, and we three were conversing about this yesterday. Expectation needs to be set at the beginning. The tone has to be set in the beginning of what your expectations are when it comes to that man and that woman, to let them to get the feelers out, to let them know where your head's at. Because once you set those expectations at the beginning, that person's like, okay, this is what this person's expecting. But then when we set our expectations, we got to make sure that we learn to manage our expectations so that doesn't turn into paranoia and mistrust and all that other stuff. So the expectations definitely has to be set at the beginning. And the seller said that you said it on yesterday. It's like to me, it's like it's all about the tone. You got to, because sometimes people don't have the talk, and then they find out things start unraveling maybe in the middle of the relationship. And you're like, you didn't notice any red flags, and all of a sudden you start seeing something different that's totally the opposite of what you actually want. I mean, some may agree with that. Some may agree with that. What do you think about that, Miss Cologne? What do you think about that?
Well, first of all, so I do believe it's very important to set expectations at the beginning. I mean, it's very good for you guys to talk about, hey, this is what I'm looking for in a relationship. This is what I'm willing to tolerate. But you have to make it clear. You just can't, just let things linger on. And then, like you said, red flags. I mean, you have to know a red flag when you see a red flag, but again, I think it's very important. I mean, I have expectations in my relationship. These are, and like you said, again, it's the tone. If you approach it right, and he understands that, hey, this is what I'm expecting, this is what she's expecting, it's just us, and we have a clear understanding, there'll be no misunderstanding. Right. So yeah, I think expectations are very important to set. I just do. Yeah. I mean, because if you don't, like you said, everything is going to fall apart.
Yeah, and y'all know, because I mean, y'all have more experience than I do as far as dating. People can be chameleons. I mean, they'll mold to any situation, play whatever role. Hey, they're going to get an Oscar for the roles that they play. So once the representative is gone, gone, and you thinking, okay, this is the person, this is the one, this is everything. Now, however much time, however long they were able to keep it up, now that's gone, and it's the real them. And you're like, yo, this isn't what I signed up for. This isn't what I want. That's not your soulmate. Move on. Move on. But
that's why you have to nip it in the bud quick. Like, you have to address it that moment. Because if you don't, it's not going to work. I mean, you have to nip it right there and then. I mean,
appreciate that, Bridget.
Right.
Say Bridget, Mickey. Go ahead, Sean.
So a lot of people think that soulmates are a myth. I'm gonna piggyback off what my mom said. My mom said, there are people out there that you're just going to mesh with on every level. There's not a lot of them. For me, my definition of a soulmate is somebody who speaks how I think and thinks how I speak. We understand each other's terminology as if we've known each other all of our lives. That's something that's very rare. That means that person gets your mindset. They're just not. They see you in a physical form. Let's just be honest. Yeah, attraction. When you see a person, the first thing you're gonna notice is what that person looks like. But once you get beyond that surface and you start actually having intellectual conversations and seeing if is this person, and you find out, man, this person is a very good, deep conversationalist. I can talk to this person all day. This person is talking, and that you're thinking about that, like, man, how's this person is talking how I think, and on the flip side, this person is thinking how I talk. That means that your minds, they're pretty much like intertwined, and that's very rare, because communication is it's used between a man and a woman. Some people don't know how to communicate. I used to be a guy that didn't know how to talk. I had to grow into that. You know what I'm saying? I would see a chick, oh man, she's hot, she fly right. All right, I got to get that. But after that, it's almost like the thrill is gone after that. You don't know how to talk to them. But as you get older and you get more mentally sound, in tune with yourself, you learn that communication is key. And I remember in my 20s, women was like, you don't talk. Sean, I don't know what's going on with you. You don't talk. I'm like, what I gotta talk to you for? I mean, but that's just, it's funny how you evolve as you get older. Here's the thing. Some people never evolve.
Yeah.
You're pretty much, some people, you got people that are married to mutes. They problems come up, they just clam up into a shell. And I don't know how the dynamics of that situation is going to work when there's no levels of communication. So for me, I do believe that there is such thing as a soulmate per se. That means that you guys just everything. I mean, you just blend from the physical, the spiritual, the mental, the emotional, the psychological. You guys just gel, and sometimes those things do just come together like that. And both of you are baffled, like, God, we just get along so damn good. I mean, that's my take on it. I don't know what y'all's take on it. It is.
So let me get some of these comments. Bridget says, sit down early and know what you want and what you need. This is important. And yes, there's a difference. Yeah, I totally agree. Jakari coming through with the red pills. Trust is a major issue these days. Social media is the death of a lot of relationships. Once trust is broken, the relationship won't be the same. Social media, dog. This is why soulmates, the whole thing. Yeah. This may be a soulmate. This may be somebody who you mesh with, but that doesn't mean we're supposed to be together forever. Social media has killed a lot. I mean, as long as we have social media, as long as we have an embarrassment of options like we do, it's hard to settle on something. They've done studies on it that when you have more options, you're less likely to make a choice. That's the real thing. The more options you have, the less likely you are to choose. There's something called FOMO, fear of missing out. So I choose this man or this woman. Oh man, but look at that man or that woman right there. That's what we're going through today. Let's see.
But it's all about self-control, though. You gotta have self-control. You gotta have self-control.
True.
Which many people don't have. And again, that's why social media is, like you say, it's just, I mean, you have so many options out there. But again, I believe if you're in a committed relationship and, there's somebody in your inbox, you should be very respectful and just understand what you have at home. But again, it's temptation. I mean, but you got to have self-control. Yeah. I mean, you just got to have self-control. You do.
Yeah. But the thing about social media, I don't mean to cut you off, B. It's another thing. But my mom always said, and my mom had a theory, and I didn't believe in it. But I went through that theory through trial and error. Again, not listening to her and then just running into that wall like a crash dummy. A private life is a happy life. So when you put your stuff out there on public display, when you put all your business out there on public display, be ready to deal with what comes with that. Here's the thing. I mean, life to me is chess, not checkers. Not everybody deserves a seat at the table of my private life. And my life ain't supposed to be on. who I'm with personally and what I'm doing personally with that other person, there's certain people have forgotten, they really forget that there are certain things that are sacred between a man and a woman. Not everybody is going to be happy for you. You got to get more. You have to, as we get older, we got to start making wiser decisions. Some people just do stuff for bragging rights. So, you know, they want to be braggadocious and they just want to show and be flashy with theirs. Not everybody's going to be happy for you. And what's funny on social media, the many people just, oh, we're doing this, da 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 da, and then when it goes bad, they everybody knows it because they got all these relationship quotes and things of that nature. So
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, I'm like, you putting relationship quotes and this and that because you just went through a breakup.
right.
Why put all your personal business? That is so played. People play themselves all the time, and when it unfolds, it's just a mess. How about keeping something sacred, certain things sacred between your man and your woman? Now, some people don't agree with that. Well, that's weak mind. That's just a weak mind of thinking. You have to protect your circle. You can't protect the weather. We can't protect what it's going to rain or it's going to be cold tomorrow. But who I'm with, oh, I can protect that. And I will protect that by whatever means necessary. You know what I'm saying? Some things you have to keep to yourself. And people get in situations and they play themselves on social media. That's why it just sabotages so much.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Let me get some more of these comments. Let's see. Bridget says, yes, I've been married since 1999. I know what he thinks before he says it, and vice versa. Yeah. I mean, I found somebody, they married 65 years. I was like, yeah, won't be no 65-year couples from 2021. That's dead, man. That's done. So yes, people are quick to say stay out of business, yet they post their business and wonder why everyone knows. Yeah, I never understood that. I've never understood that.
We don't want to accord on that one.
I know.
They say if social media breaks up your relationship, it was already damaged. It's easy to break a window that's already cracked. Let's go. Yeah. I mean, it's.
I mean, that's
like
it depends. It's the situation. It depends. It depends on the situation, though. It depends on the situation.
Yeah, but I'm sticking to my guns about keeping my life a private life. So it just keeps certain things from happening, man. It's just and it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. You know, that's my opinion. So
So
to each his own. To each his own.
Yeah. And I tell especially young men, because man, Sean, we talked about this before. Young men today are lost. You know, they don't have much direction. You know, fathers are not in the home. And they're looking for guidance. I come across them all the time. They're looking for guidance. And so I tell them, it's not your job to qualify necessarily to a woman, especially as a young man. It's not your job. You're not there to qualify to her to show that you're a competent person to be with, sleep with, whatever you're trying to do with her. No, your job is to be on your path, be on your purpose, making sure that you're the best version, building yourself into the best version of yourself. And then as you're doing that, women will put themselves in your path to be chosen. Like women do the choosing. There's that women do the choosing. Yeah, because like we talked about this, cold approach is done. That's gone. Dudes ain't walking up to you like that no more. Every now and then you're gonna have some dudes, but the guys who will walk up to you and try to talk to you is gonna be most likely guys you have no interest in. Because
that is true.
Yeah. Because
I totally agree with that. Because I have had it done to me. I'm like, oh no, that's not gonna work.
And
this is out of my league.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Wow.
That's exactly what it is.
Like from experience, I've had it done. I'm like, I'm looking up and down, like, no, baby, this ain't gonna work. But thank you.
Yeah. So I tell them all the time,
like, oh my God.
those guys that are on their path, on their purpose, they build themselves to the best version of themselves. And whether they got the looks, especially guys, looks, money, status, resources, they don't have to approach women. That
Nope,
dude,
they
they
sure
just go
don't.
outside. They go outside or they post on their social media, and women in the DMs or women trying to talk to them. I mean, they don't have to do those things. So the
Right.
cold approach is gone. So you don't need to try to get your game up and get your mouthpiece right to go up and try to talk to women you don't know. No, don't do that
Right.
today. It's like playing Russian roulette. You don't know what you're going to get. You may get a Gisela or you may get a cuckoo bird. You don't know. So I suggest you don't do it. Don't do it,
Right.
man. Don't do it.
Hey, I got a question for you, Brandon.
Yeah.
What in the hell is a cuckoo bird?
A crazy one.
Crazy. One who flew over the cuckoo's nest.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Oh
Absolutely
my
crazy.
God, boy, I'm dying.
Let's
This
see
is
what
funny,
Bridget
boy.
say. Bridget say, "Don't hate me, but people plan and prepare for divorce." Yeah, they do. Divorce
They
is
do.
planned before the wedding. A lot of couples have separate accounts. They say, "Well, you you never know. I'll be ready for divorce." So you are preparing and calling your marriage is over. If it's Halloween, trust me, the lawyers will know all and get it handled. Just let God be your vest in unity. Don't invite the devil into it. Okay,
Okay.
I got you. Let's
Mm.
see. Next, say relationships have broken and destroyed way before social media came around. Social media has just provided and added an excuse for people who didn't invest the proper time into getting to know the person they have decided to give themselves to. Okay. Not putting in the time. And I'll tell anybody, man, if it's especially guys, if you think she's the one, you don't know enough about her. I'm just being honest. Like if this is somebody who you've known less than a year or a year or two, like in all honesty, if I'm to get married, I need to know her for at least 5 years. At least 5 years, because you can't fake the funk anymore. That the chameleon gonna come out in those 5 years. Whoever you are, whatever it is going to come out in that time frame.
But
So
don't you think 1 year? Why would you say 5 years?
that's before if I'm gonna think about marriage.
Oh, okay, marriage. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, marriage. Okay,
Yeah. So I need to do my checks and balances, dog. I can't. I've seen too many
Make sure
people.
everything lined up.
Yeah. I've seen too many people jump in because they think, oh, this is the one, and I'm like, dog,
Right.
you don't know her. No, this is not your soulmate, dog. You don't, because you don't know her enough. You were infatuated. You put her on the pedestal. You infatuated. She put it on you, sloppy style, and now you all just. I mean, you're just thrown off, dog. You're not thinking straight.
Brandon.
Boy, I need a sip of water on that one. That boy says sloppy
Look,
style. What the hell?
mine.
I'm like, wait, what?
Let's be honest.
I need some
Take, for
alcohol in here. This
example,
boy talking about sloppy style.
let's talk about it.
He said
For example. So, do any of you know the IG model Brittany Renner?
No, I
You know
don't.
her? You never heard of Brittany Renner? Okay, so Brittany Renner, IG model, very pretty girl. She had a baby by Hornets player PJ Washington, and she's like 29. PJ's like 21 or 22. She had been talking to him since he was like 18 years old when he was at Kentucky, and she was like 20. She's like 26. She's like 25 or whatever. So she's 7 years older than him. So that people are saying that she preyed on him, but PJ probably had never seen a chick look like that. She got in front of him and she put it on him and he lost his mind because people thought she trapped him. But she said PJ is the one who wanted to have the baby. Yeah, because PJ brain was gone. That's why. Brittany Renner has been through athlete after athlete after entertainer after entertainer. She lived her life, no judgment, you do you. But when you have somebody like that, you need to have fun and move on. Colin Kaepernick, for example. Colin Kaepernick dated her for a short period of time. She complained that Colin told her, you got to, so I know it's real, you need to pay for your own plane tickets before I'm not flying you out. So I know it's real. So she flew herself out, paid for her own tickets, was staying with him while he was going to practice, kiss on the forehead, they chilling. And then right when she was about to leave, she's like, well, where's this going? He was like, well, there's things, what I want to do and what I'm going to do are two different things. That's what he told her. He said that it went downhill from there and he broke up with her. He left her. That's a little, whatever. He should have been honest from the jump. But Colin understood the assignment. This girl is not for long term. For long term, this girl is for short term. I'm supposed to have fun, and I'm supposed to move on. And women, same thing. What there's guys where okay, guy looks good. He just does it for you. He give you the tingles. Okay, that guy necessarily isn't the guy you're supposed to be with. This guy's not a father. This guy's not a protector. He's not a provider. He's not a provisioner. You need to move on. But what do these women do? What do they do? Try to keep him. What's the main thing they do? Try to keep him and try to trap him and keep him in their life.
Have a baby.
Have a baby.
That's still not gonna keep.
And it's not gonna keep them. And that baby tanks their value. Tanks their value. Now you back on the open market with a baby trying to find Mr. Right. And it's gonna. I mean, it's tough sledding after that.
Right. Yeah, man. That's you Brandon, you're a little bit younger than we are. Okay.
Yeah.
So
this millennial thought process here, dog.
Yeah, that's millennial thought process. And Brandon, me and you've had discussions before. When a man is interested in you, he's gonna take his time, and he's taking his time and making slow observations of you. That means he's watching your moves. You're watching to see if he's consistent. He's watching to see if you're consistent. He's trying to see if you're selfish. He's trying to see if you're all about yourself. He's trying to see if you're thoughtful, considerate, about him. When a man has interest in you and he sees that she has some potential, he's going to take his time to know all that he can about you before he pulls that trigger when it comes to the marriage thing. A man that's making observation, he's not trying to get married tomorrow. And a lot of women are rushing to get to the altar. Why? What is the rush? Why are you rushing so fast? In my mind, if you rushing so fast, you rushing to marry me so you can automatically just change or something. When it wants to be so fast, it gives me a little bit of pause. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't never seen no man rushing to no altar in my life. Just woke up, man, I got to get married tomorrow. I mean, I've never seen that. I mean,
I've seen them being dragged to the altar. I've seen that.
You see that? You see that all the time.
Right now, we're getting
married.
Come
on, John, we getting married.
We get married right now. But if a lot of men were really honest and say, if I could marry her tomorrow, I would, a lot of them would say no.
No.
If they're being 100% honest.
They're being honest.
Right. A man of purpose, he is just, he's trying to just feel things out, man. And my thing about it is, I've been married. It failed. You got to know the seriousness of a marriage. And a lot of women want the title, but not willing to do the duties right now. If you ain't willing to do the little duties now, what in the hell makes me think you're going to do them when we get married? If you struggling with partial duties now in the dating phase, hell no. If your ass is lazy now, you're going to be lazy when we get married. If you ain't cooking now, you ain't going to be cooking. What the title supposed to make all of a sudden there's something miraculously happen overnight? No.
Right.
If whatever you're not doing now, you sure ain't going to be doing when you get married. And brothers, I'm telling you, that's a setup. Take your time. It's your at the end of the day, it is your decision, bros.
Yeah.
When you think about it. Now, Brandon, I don't know what your take is, and Miss Gisela, I don't know what your take is either. But that is just my perspective of that whole thing. Y'all guys may have a different one. Let's see.
Okay. Let's see. Lisa Reed said these women are wasting their best years on the father of the baby. That is true. That is true. Well, you go ahead, Miss Gisela.
My personal experience. I've never been married. So I just feel like, and I'll piggyback off Taylor, it's when the time is right, it's right. Rushing to just get married, it's pretty much is just for the title, just to say, hey, we're married. But I personally believe that when it's meant, it'll happen. I'm not one to rush into things, because again, it all goes back to expectations in a relationship. And like he said, if you're lazy now, you're going to be lazy then. It's like if you ain't cooking, if there's things that you're not doing now, I mean, what is the purpose of rushing to get married? So. I mean, I'm not trying to rush into marriage. When it's the right time, when it's the right person, you will know. But you just have to let it play its course. I mean, rushing into marriage is just it's not the best way to go. I mean, but again, that's my personal opinion. I have people that say, hey, we're meant to be, we're going to get married 30 days. And I'm like, whoa. I mean, great. I mean, I don't know, what the rush is, but great. Congrats. I send you my blessings, because I know in 30 days, you can't figure a person out. You can't.
It's impossible.
I mean, there's no way.
No.
Like, I'll take my time, and that's it. No rushing. It's not the end of the world. It's just saying I do, and I'm changing my last name, but we're still the same people. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, but everybody has their own, personal opinion about marriage.
So like Sean said, talking about if they're not doing it before marriage, they're not going to do it after marriage. It's like when they talk about chore play, and I swear it's like the dumbest thing. Chore play. So chore play is a man does chores around the house, and the woman's supposed to want to sleep with him after he does the chores. Come on, dog. Like,
wait, hold on.
So it's like it's pretty much like, okay, you wash the dishes and cut the grass and take the trash out, then we can get down. Don't play with me.
Come on, man.
I know. Who
play
does that?
But it's people who do that. They got chore wheels. Look it up. They got little chore wheels all of that.
Man, this world and lost this damn mind.
Yeah, they don't lost their mind, man. It's like it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But for men, like they always talk about how it doesn't take men long to figure out if they want to marry a woman or not, and it doesn't take that long.
No, not
it doesn't
that.
necessarily take.
It's
that
gonna
long.
take. It's gonna take a little time, because things for me, you may want to get to marry, and then it's like, hold on, what's all that? What's all that bullshit and shit there?
And that's what I was saying. I was saying that it may not take that long to figure out if I want to marry her, but me actually marrying her, that's gonna take a while. Us actually walking down the aisle, that's gonna take a while. Now, me figuring out like, man, this person may be somebody I will marry one day. It's not gonna take too long, but for me to walk down the aisle, it's gonna take a minute. It is. I need to do my checks and balances. It's gonna take a minute, And you said,
hey guys, I can't see you guys.
You can't see us. Hold on.
What happened?
Let me see.
I don't know. It's weird.
Can you see me now?
No, it's just black.
Oh, I don't know.
Gisela, what's going on with your Wi-Fi?
Did somebody call your phone or something?
Yes. And then
I'm home.
Okay. Click off of it. Click off of it and come back on, and then I'll bring you back in.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll click her off and then she'll come back on. But what was I saying? Oh, if men are honest about that question, like this is supposed to be my soulmate, and like, will you marry her tomorrow or marry her whenever? And if he's actually honest with himself, the answer is going to be no. And that's true, Sean, because I did the exact same thing. In a previous relationship, she came to me and told me straight up, she's like, well, I'm not happy. I say, okay, which men, I would let you know, that is the SIT test. That's what that is. She's testing you. Women constantly test you to test your manhood to see if you really that dude. Are you that dude that you say you are? She's going to continually test you to see if you're that guy. So her saying, I'm not happy, is her testing you. I didn't notice at the time. I know that now. So she hit me with I'm talking about a previous relationship. When Sean was like, if men are honest about getting married to her, their answer would be no. And I'm telling him about the time that I went through that same thing. So she told me she wasn't happy, and I'm like, okay, well, let's be solution based. What can we do? Like, what's up? She told me, and I kid you not. Well, that's not something I can tell you. You got to find that out on your own. I said, oh, okay, all right. So when you leave things up to interpretations for other people, they're going to interpret it how they want to. Right. So they may come to a conclusion that you didn't want them to, or the conclusion that you didn't think they would. I mean, but you left it out there. You left it open-ended. So that's what she did. So I asked one question. I said, am I going to marry her in the next 5 years? The answer was no. So once I figured out the answer was no, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not marrying this girl. I was like, well, I got to cut it loose because now we're wasting time. So her asking me, was she happy? I asked the question, am I going to marry this girl in the next 5 years? No, I'm not. All right, bye. And that was the end of it. Yeah. So
I mean, at least you cut it off though, and you didn't drag it on. Yeah, well, sometimes,
yeah, and that's where that's in the whole show and what we're talking about. That's that this person is for me. We're meant to be together. We're going to work it out. And there's only so much working it out you're going to do. At a certain point, you got to give up the ghost. You got to give it up, man.
Right. Well, you got to, and weighing the pros and cons to this individual too, whoever it is on both ends. I had a. I'm not gonna say who I had a conversation with but it was a dude. He was like, Sean, man. I said, dude, first of all, you gotta ask me. Why you gotta single me out? Come on, bro, man. You my homie. He said, what do we get when we get married as men? What are we getting? I was like, what? He's like, what are we getting? What do we get when we get married? I ain't having no answer. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, I really didn't have no answer. When I guess I've always looked at marriage like, the wedding dress, this and that. I'm like, what does a man really get when he gets married? Now, listen, people, keep an open mind. Don't be all judgmental. A lot of men ask that question. What am I getting when I get married? And I felt pretty much stupid when I had no answer. And then his response was exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, man, I gotta ponder that for a second. No one has never asked me that question. So he kind of caught me, he blindsided me. So I really had to, process that and think that. And I came back to him. I said, man, it all depends on the type of woman you're marrying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes, you may get that woman who her hustle matches your hustle. Her energy matches your energy. There is a saying, my mom used to say it all the time, the right woman brings everything to the table. The right one.
That is true.
She don't bring this.
Nope.
You see these hands? Her hands out. She ain't bringing this. She ain't bringing a paper chasing mentality. She's not bringing you the mule and I'm putting everything on you mentality. She's not bringing a masculine mentality. She's not bringing a non-submissive, a non-subservient mentality. She's going to bring all these things that's going to help you level up. She's going to elevate you physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and psychologically. She's going to make you even look better. But she has to be the right woman. Because the wrong woman going to bring a lot of hell to you. Wrong woman going to bring a lot of war to you. The wrong woman going to bring a lot of sleepless nights to you. Drama, grief. You pretty much constantly in your pocket working 2 or 3 jobs just to appease her and satisfy her. The wrong woman gonna bring a bunch of hell to you. So for guys, I'm telling you, man, watch the moves in the dating phase. Because that dating phase is going to show you every damn thing you gonna get if you put a ring on that chick finger. If that heifer lazy, excuse me, I didn't mean to say heifer. Nope, I'm lying. I meant to say heifer. So if that heifer lazy, if she don't cook shit,
Right.
dude, if you damn near gotta beg for sex, every damn wrong thing that you dealing with in the dating phase, you gonna be dealing with that bullshit shit in the marriage phase.
Oh my
Period.
goodness.
Period.
No,
Listen,
go ahead, Gisela. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
so I
Gisela.
got to
Chime in.
piggyback. I got to
Piggyback.
Hey, you see this comment though, Sean? You got to answer that
So let
question.
me ask you a question, because you made
What
a
do we
comment
get,
and you
Mr. Taylor?
said, "Well,
Oh,
that's
shut
what
up.
I was just gonna say." No,
You get
that's what
shut
I
up,
was
Miss Hooks. You getting everything. You getting everything. You getting exactly
Okay,
what
so
you're getting in the dating phase. All I'm paying this, I'm buying this, I'm taking care of the bills, I'm doing all that already. You already getting everything. You get everything. The world revolves around you already. They don't even care about our black asses. To be
Don't care.
technically, theoretically, nobody cares. Nobody cares about how men feel. They don't care about, hey, what's going on in his mind today. They don't even care about his day. A man can go home. He can work 14 hours, walk through the day. She's so busy yipping and yapping and yapping and yipping about.
Yeah, but that's
Okay,
not.
no, listen.
Sure.
See, there you go. See that helps in relationships too. Listen. So anyway, here's the thing. Here's the thing. He comes in. How many men? How many brothers? When you walk through the door, she asks you how your head's doing. How your mind's doing? How was your day? Gisela, you ain't Gisela. I mean, and
I mean, but it's true.
okay,
It's true.
but for a woman to ask, what are we getting? What have you not gotten? Here's the thing. Let me ask this question to a man, Brandon. Does the world revolve around us, or does it revolves around a female?
We're in a
Honest.
democracy. It
Honestly.
revolves around the women. Hey, this is how you know it does. Consumer spending in this country. 83% of consumer spending in this country. 83% of consumer spending in this country is by women.
Hey man, I'm just saying. Dude.
Which means if men and women spent the same, it should be 50-50, right? But women spend 83% on consumer goods. They have 83% of the buying power. So you know what that means? They're spending their money and our money. It revolves around women.
You got that right. No.
I mean, even the judicial system don't give a damn about the father. They don't care. They don't care whether he see that child or nothing. All they talking about is money. Everything is about the dollar when it comes to the man. It's about what he's worth, what's in his bank account. It's all about cater to me. What about me? Enough about me. Let's talk about me. It's all about the woman. It is all about the woman. Now, I'm not a male chauvinist or anything like that. I believe in equal opportunity because I was raised by a single black woman who taught me everything about women. I just listen and watch because I already know about you. Because Gwen taught me everything. But I'm like, watch how you move, buddy, because I already know your moves. I know you better than you know yourself. But that's a good mother who teaches her son the right way. So when women be making comments like your mom just did, I'd be like, man, child boo on that, man. You get the child boo. So anyway, here's the thing. So
she say be mad with Adam, not us.
I ain't mad at you at all. I ain't got no problem.
Mad.
First of all, I ain't married. So here's the thing. So second of all, I don't have that drama and all that craziness in my life. So third, I do know if we get down to statistically, numbers, history, male feelings has never mattered. What we go through has never mattered.
No.
I could be going through hell in my brain. I've been through a lot in the past 3 years. I've seen it that theoretically people don't care about how I feel. I know that, and I'm not even offended. I didn't been through it so long. I'm just like, I just hunch my shoulders, be like, well, damn, and just keep it moving. I don't even get mad anymore. I don't even get frustrated or aggravated or irritated anymore. I just talking to the big man upstairs and just leave it at that. And I say, and this is my thing. I tell him, I say, whatever is not meant for me, please move that out my life. Don't give me nothing that's not meant for Sean. So if I got that much faith in the big man upstairs, I ain't got no head over my head. I ain't perfect. but he has got to be my only go-to to make sure he gives me the right person that really got my best interest, my feelings, what I go through as a man. I got the world against me. I'm black already. It's so many things that men go through as men that we have to deal with. And TD Jakes said it best. Man has to be Iron Man, Superman, Batman, Robin. He has to be the Incredible Hulk, the Black Panther, Captain America. And he does all these things for everybody, and then he dies. Who dies first? Men die quick, so fast,
Yeah.
so fast. So my thing about it is, I don't mind listening to people and listening to their opinions if they're open-minded to everything and not just biased and one-sided. When women talk like they don't care about what men go through in their responses and their comments, that lets me further know that I'm correct. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Y'all can have it.
No,
So,
that was good.
let me get this
good.
comment. Let me get this
Sure.
comment, Gisela, and then you can go. And then we're gonna start to wrap it up. Let's see. It all starts with your upbringing. Most men aren't groomed or taught about marriage or being a husband. True. When you're young, most men are raised by single mothers. True. Women are taught from jump to be what a man wants when they should be taught to understanding what a man needs. A wife knows how to take care of a husband and cook and maintain a household to provide what the man wants physically and need emotionally. The problem is people are more anxious for sex than being prepared to be a husband or, and I guess the last word was a wife. Yeah, true. And say, fellas, you got to give women their props. How would this world look or be if you take women away? True. There's nothing without women. They say the world would be like looked up in all male prison. James Brown was right. It's a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl.
All right, bro. Stick to the subject at hand. That's not what we talk about next. Hey, bro, stick to the subject, dude. We all know that. Nobody's bashing women, bro. You got to compartmentalize what we're talking about here. So that's just my whole take on it. Is that that's why I made my podcast that caters to men, where I invite women on so they can understand the differences, to bring in both perspectives, to just not to, listen to respond, but listen to comprehend so we can better understand one another. And that's the huge disconnect. I have a daughter and I had a mother, and I'm very respectful when it comes to my daughter, and I know the power of women. Okay, their voices are important, the whole 9 yards. So this the whole thing. That's that listen to respond thing. Let's not get things misconstrued and way out of context, because that's not the subject matter that we're actually talking about. Because that's right, women can do things that we can never do. You know what I'm saying? They are amazing creatures, but the facts are still the facts. There are men who are going through mental stuff, emotional stuff, just things that they deal with on a daily basis, that sometimes they don't feel as if they have a safe haven in a female to go and talk to without looking like they're weak, depicted as and we've had these discussions, Brandon, and these discussions that we had in the past, Brandon, we have to bring back to the surface, because to better know your man, to better love your man, you have to take the time to really understand him. Don't blow off how he feels opposed to your feelings. Your feelings aren't superior to his. You see what I'm saying? He's got feelings and emotions and things of that nature. But imagine what more he could do if he truly had that woman who is taking the time to understand him. My mom used to say it all the time. The biggest problem women have, they don't take the time to understand their man. I've heard Michelle Obama said it. They have no patience.
And we're simple.
For an amazing female like Michelle Obama to call out females, that's a big deal in my book. So, bruh, that's what we're talking about here. We ain't talking about that. But it's good to where I've met some amazing women who really do care about how men feel on the inside, who do care about their mental psyches. You see what I'm saying? So for men to say, what are we getting out of marriage? It's a serious question, and it's not a question to be sarcastic. it's a question that a lot of men need answers to, you know? So that's just my take on that, man.
So
That's
go
my
ahead,
take on
Giselle, and then we're gonna wrap it up because I gotta get to my sports show.
I mean, I'll piggyback off Taylor. It's true. You know, I believe even as a woman that it is very important to support, you know, your man, and you know, it is very important. He's human. You know, just like you know, I'm human. We have feelings. You know, they should be able to express themselves, and we should be able to listen and not be judging just because of what they're going through.
Right.
You know, I think me personally, I would prefer to communicate and see what the issues are with my man and see how we can fix it so I can uplift him, you know, where he knows I'm his backbone. I got you. You can come to me. We can work through it. But you know, again, I think it's very important as a woman to support your man. I mean, through anything that he's going through, that is our job. If we say that, you know, hey, this is my man. So with that being said, you know, everything comes in, you know, you have to be very supportive. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, you can't just worry about yourself. You have to worry about him as well. So, I mean, that's just my take on it.
And then after this, we're gonna get into our final thoughts and we're gonna wrap it up. But
sure.
I believe, and this is just my opinion, that the reason it's so hard for a lot of women to do that, I think, is biology. For biology and their women's biology is for them to survive. They are survivors. They're supposed to be able to pretty much they're like chameleons. Whatever the landscape is, whatever the issue is, they need to be able to conform to it, be like water, to be able to survive because they carry the children. You're hardwired to think about yourself first so you can survive, so you can keep bearing children. No, that's my take on it. What you think about that?
Mm.
Think about it. Really think about it.
I got to wrap my head around it.
Look, Taylor, look. I need to sip on that one.
Yeah.
So I gotta wrap my head around it. That was good. So I'm gonna have to ponder that a bit. B.
Yeah.
Because think about it. Our sole purpose, the reason we're here. You know, you're gonna have things you do, and you're gonna have your purpose, your passion, your hobbies, or whatever. But your sole purpose on this planet is to procreate, is to have children, to continue our people. That's why you're here. That's what our biology does. That's why throughout the day, and especially men, we got sex on the brain majority of the day because hey, spread your seed, spread your seed, spread your seed. They want the kid. With that, we have to multiply to keep the people. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is.
I can neither confirm or deny those reports.
Oh God.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is.
Yeah, man. So
So let's get final thoughts. I'm gonna wrap it up.
Gisela, final thoughts.
I mean, at this point, I think we kind of talked about everything. Everything was good. I'm still thinking about his last comment. I'm trying to wrap my head around it, but I'll definitely have an answer for that for sure. I mean, but overall, I mean, I think we kind of hit some good points today. I really do. It was a great conversation. So I mean, it was good. It was good. Definitely was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My final thoughts. Nesco, I love you, dude. Don't be in your feelings, bro. It's all love, man. But listen, you know, everybody's perspectives are different on subject matter, and that's good, man, because none of us are right. I mean, none of us are wrong completely. I mean, it's just, you know, these are just topics of thought. So for me, I strongly believe that I'm a firm believer in soulmates. I'm a firm believer that there's somebody out there that is definitely meant for you, you know, and it's going to, because the right person is going to bring out the best of you, and the wrong person is going to bring out the worst of you. And I'll just leave it at that.
Yes. Let's see. Lisa Reed says they're not trying to multiply, but just want to practice. Yeah, I just want to practice. That's it.
I knew somebody was gonna say something.
Hey,
Leave it at all mystery.
come on, hey, Lisa, you know what it is. We have to practice because don't you? Hey, if we got a weak stroke game, y'all be clowning us for our weak stroke game. So how do I get good? How does my stroke game get better? By practicing. You have to go to practice in order to get the game up. Come on.
Oh my God, man! Wow.
Come
Oh
on.
my God! Boy, you something else.
Look at this. They go
Look at
dance.
this. He say, I wasn't bashing anybody or suggesting that. I will say this. Ask me, what do men get out of marriage? And I will reply, you get what you put in. Life is reciprocal. It gives you what you put in it. Thus should be any relationship you get involved in. If you're doing your best, then that's what you should get. If not, cut it off and move on. Yeah. Yeah. And look.
That was good.
Hey,
that was good.
Hey, and Lisa say you're fired for weak stroke. Okay, then let me practice. I gotta get it right. I gotta get it right. Let's just come on.
That girl say you fired for weak stroke. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, the only way I'm going to get used to the motion in the ocean without getting seasick is by swimming in it. That's the only way. That's the only way.
And we're out, folks.
Exactly. And there goes the
Put a pin in it. Put a pin in it right there. Cut, tag it, ship it out.
Oh my
Yes, sir.
Oh
God.
my God, I
My
needed
God.
that laugh.
I needed that today. I definitely needed that one.
I did
That
too.
was
So
funny.
my final thought on this, man, is, and I always talk to young men because I have a bunch of them who watch me, and I'll tell them, like, if you see a young lady, or you talking to a young lady, or you smitten with a young lady, or want to talk to her, don't jump the gun. Sit back and observe everything she does.
Right.
Sit back and observe everything she does, because that initial attraction you get when you sit and observe them after your initial attraction to them, one or two things is going to happen. You're either going to like them more as you get to know them, or you're going to like them less. It's not going to stay the same once you get to know who they are. It's either more or it's less. So take your time. Don't jump into anything. Especially, hey, if you're not at least 30 years old, don't even think about trying to get married out here right now, because you ain't got it. Hey, remember I told you that video, Sean, Fat Boy SSC. Stop putting on a persona for these people out here. You don't got it. You don't have it. Okay, stop it. You're supposed to be building right now. You need to build.
Right.
Get your body right. Put some muscle on your body and put some money in your pocket. Those are
That
the
video
things
was
you need to be working
hilarious,
on.
man.
Oh, there was that video hilarious, dog. It was hilarious.
Mm.
Look,
Oh my
Melinda said I should have left earlier. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mama. I'm sorry.
See that I know Miss Hooks. You ain't, why you gotta be acting light skinned on every segment? You ain't gotta be coming on here and talking about you should have left sooner. Don't worry,
Hey, but
I'll see you on Monday. I see her on Monday. She told because you was talking.
Yeah, because of how I was talking. She don't want to hear me. She don't need to hear me talk like that.
But Robin, you know your son. You know your son now. You know your son, Robin.
Hey, she said, shut up, Taylor.
Still put me in my place. All right. I'm shutting up.
That's it.
I'm shutting up.
Man, but I
All right,
appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank you, Miss Gisela, for giving us a bit of your
Thank
time.
you.
This was good. Hey, we
Miss
gotta do this
Gisela.
again, but we're gonna do it on Sean's. We're gonna have a topic on Sean's, and we're gonna get it in again.
Of
Oh,
course. Of
we
course.
definitely need that.
Yes. But hey,
I
make sure
sense
y'all
some,
like,
I
share,
sense some
subscribe.
sarcasm in that voice. All right. It's all good.
yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social medias. In a couple minutes, at 8 o'clock, we'll probably start a little after 8. So let's say 8:10, 8:15. My sports show, we're going to talk about Otis Anderson Jr., who was killed by his dad. The kid from Jacksonville, played for UCF and played for the Rams for a little bit. We're going to talk about Tate Meyer, the football player who was killed in the shooting in Michigan. They say he rushed the shooter to save some classmates. And I got some thoughts on that, because I'll tell my boy, that ain't your job. When it's fight or flight, you need to fly, because that's not your job. That's why we have police officers. You rushing people. I understand the young man made a sacrifice, but I wouldn't want that for my son. I want him here with me.
Right.
Also, we're gonna talk about Mr. Antonio Brown and him having that vaccination card. Stupid, absolutely stupid. His time in Tampa should be up, and most likely he probably should be out of the league. He was already on his last legs. You're on your third team. Come on, dog. But we're gonna get into all of that. So tune into that. For everybody who want to hear the sports show, tune into that. Me and Mr. Reed will be here a little after 8. I appreciate y'all. Oh, make sure y'all follow Mr. Taylor on all his social media. Taylor Made for You training. Follow him on TikTok, Twitter,
FIMP
Instagram.
for my imperfect, non-judgmental people only. Instagram at driven, not motivated 21. Y'all know what I'm saying? Yep, that's about it.
All right,
That's
Gisela,
Taylor for you.
You don't want nobody to follow you on your social media. You trying to stay
No,
private.
honey, I'm very private. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, but I already know. I'm gonna get a few DMs. Hey, who that lady was on your social media? I got some questions. You know her, know her?
Right,
you know her?
Salivating.
They say, and they gonna be young dudes too. They be like, no, that's a cougar, boy. That's a cougar right there.
Out of my league.
Got your league, man. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in.
All right, honey, have a nice night. Thank you.
All right, y'all, take it easy.
All right, Taylor.
But we are out of here.
Stella.
Peace out.
Bye.